Welcome back, everybody. I've got a cool update to show you today, and that is the background. I've set up a new background that will actually generate random stars in the background, and as you can see, it will shift to give the appearance of motion, of movement, even when nothing else is. So that allows for that. I've been tuning the physics quite a bit, so it feels fairly good. I tuned the strafing power down a bit as well. So that means the strafing will be, right now it's about half the strength of the forward and back thrusting, which gives more reasons to just, wait, I think I can survive that. Okay, only took a little bit of damage. So it gives more thrust to the front and, the front, forward and backwards rather than side to side. So it'll just give more intention, or it'll make people want to use the rotational keys a bit more. So my current high score, my current high score on this is around 26,000 with the current settings of the asteroid spawning. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about the future of this game. So I've come up with some cool ideas as of late. I want to definitely continue working on this. Definitely gonna think about making a Steam page for this shortly. But what I want to do is at least have like a crisp demo that has relatively few bugs before I put it out there. And then what I'll be able to do is add some stuff like the idea of adding the spiders that I had thought up. That's going to require a good amount of AI work, so it's going to take some time. It will probably not be this month, but you know, I've been working on some other stuff like so sounds as well. So I've been working to try to get some randomly, or not randomly, but procedurally generated sounds, just to, you know, cover the impacts from single nodes and stuff like that. But the sound system I was working with was lagging out because of all the large initial noises, especially when asteroids collide with each other. That would be a huge amount of noises to try to play at once. So I was thinking of maybe just making a system that only plays a single sound or something like that. So, and then waits until the sound has stopped playing so that it can try more. Because otherwise, every single one of these asteroid collisions would be extremely loud. And I kind of want to keep the sounds to feel realistic so that like it'll only play the sounds when there's an actual collision with the ship. Because that's realistically what you would hear. Sound doesn't travel through the medium of space without a gas or a solid to transfer it. Or a liquid, but you know, since we're usually just dealing with solids here, that's what I kind of want to simulate here. Oh jeez, that's a death. I also modified the death logic, so if your distance from the front node, which is the yellow node, and your center of mass becomes higher than 200, it will automatically reset the game because it presumes that the ship has taken enough damage that it's significantly glitched out. So that allows for normal combat, normal gaming as before to be fine. But what happens is when you collide, or if you break apart to a significant amount, the logic will eventually glitch out, and like you just saw, it resets itself. So, and I'm gonna add a death page as well, just a death animation or a death image to show. But for now, we're just gonna have that reset the game and all the variables there. So I also did a bit of refactoring. I think I maybe mentioned it a little bit before. the refactoring was to fix the draw logic, because the draw logic at this point does not run very well. So as you can see, we're getting 60 FPS right now. As the simulation gets a little bit more complicated, we're drawing upwards of 4,000, 5,000, 7,000 links, depending on how the garbage collection ends up going. And so with that happening, we have to consider different things. One possibility I heard of was that writing to a buffered image, that it means writing all the text, all of the different things like the nodes, the links, the background, the projectiles, the text, all of that would go directly into the buffered image, which we could then actually scale to the resolution of the person's screen and so forth, so that it would run on everything. Because right now my machine, it's running at 4K, so this is a 4K video. So if somebody tried to run this, it would just be kind of a windowed mode essentially, and it would not show the entire screen that I'm seeing on somebody with a 1080p screen. So the buffered image idea is really something I'm taking to heart and considering deeply. Right now I'm still trying to figure out how to handle like extreme glitchy states like this, where things are just kind of really wobbly and broken apart. What I might just do is just perhaps make the player's health a bit lower, so that when it gets below 30 or so, which is 2 away from where we are now, that it will just reset. Though it may already be resetting, though that could have been the center of mass logic that occurred there. So yeah, this is it's progressing, and the feel of the game is really coming together. I've had some ideas about adding graphics that overlay and are essentially overlaid on the shape of the ship, and also get distorted as the ship gets distorted as well. So if it gets stretched, the image would get stretched. And the issue with that is that I don't have an idea of how to generate that quite yet. I might do a tile-based system actually, so I might make the tiles for all the, like a couple cases, like at the corners and so forth, and then maybe the yellow one will end up looking like a cockpit or something. And then from there, you kind of just distort those tiles instead of a large single image. So also I'm planning on including modding as well, because by default the modding would just be modifying things like the images that would be saved on your hard drive as part of the game. So it would be a very simple way to do things. I might just have it so it'll have a modding folder where you just rename, or you make a copy of the ship. So it would be like, if you wanted to modify the cockpit, it might be like just named cockpit tile or something like that, and you put that in the modding folder, and that folder itself will have a script run on it to automatically overwrite and load in its place the modified version compared to the default version. So that it does make sense to me, and I think that would actually be very enjoyable for people to do. I think it would make people enjoy the game a lot more. One more thing is, last night I did have a brainstorm of different options for a campaign in the game itself. So I thought about different monsters. I want to include things like crabs, spiders, lobsters, maybe an octopus, and like a dragon as well. I know those don't really match the space setting, but I think it would kind of add a sense of humor to the game itself. So I'm planning on doing that. Let me check my notes here to see if I have any other ideas, and by notes I mean what the hell? Sorry, I'm just trying to find my... Also, I do have some... I tried doing a force propagation system so that when like if you imagine a solid wooden beam hitting another solid wooden beam, it would just push the beams instead of causing a jiggling effect. So that's what's happening here. It is easily fixable. I can tune that back down way lower so that it does not look like it's creating zero or creating energy from nothing. But oh, it must be my... Okay, so this is weird. I had a email I had written to myself. I don't think I sent it. Where the hell did that go? Oh, okay. So I had to just... Apparently the refresh wasn't working. Oh, I do plan to make this game multi-core as well. With the increasing complexities, I think that it would just make it run faster. But with this math shown here, I do believe that I've easily proven that half the computation time is simply from drawing. So if I do the buffered image code tonight, maybe things will get better. But we'll see. Yep, I want to have more complicated missions, like something like that would involve defending a asteroid, or not an asteroid, but like a space station or satellite, stuff like that, and the satellites could move or rotate, stuff like that. Different spider types, more asteroid shapes other than the default one and the ones that have been broken apart. I mentioned the different animals, perhaps a snail. I kind of want this game to be something that just lets the player play how they want to play. I don't really want to hamstring them. I want them to be free to play and build their character ships up as they want. So that's why I'm including modding from the beginning, in order to just allow people to have fun with it, create a community, create a reason to come back, to share things. So I think that'll help the game do better and just have people enjoy it more, because it's definitely helping me enjoy the game. Because if I didn't have the chance to customize my ship to just look like the original Asteroids character, I would not have enjoyed that all that much. So yeah, I just sometimes I just kind of get lost in thought because I'm thinking about how the original Asteroids person would react to a game like this. If they would enjoy a game like this nowadays. I bet they would, because they'd just be impressed by the physics of the games and what has happened and changed through time. So yeah, oh, I've thought of different weapons and things. I had a quirky set of ideas where I would like recommend adding like a spear or physical shields onto the ship, so you could just kind of run up to asteroids and stab them. But I don't know if that'll be a necessarily recommendable kind of thing just yet. But I will look into that after I've really worked on the missions and stuff like that, and gotten the tuning and just the polish of this game, because right now I feel like I've got a working prototype, which is more than I could have said like half a month or a month ago. So I'm really happy with how this is coming through, and I might make the backgrounds a bit more complicated as well. Let's see. Alright, so that's about it. Please like and subscribe if you're watching this and you saw all the way through. I would really super appreciate the support as well. Yeah, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.